everyone, and welcome back to day 4 of Mojo Programming for AI tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn the fundamental concepts of structures in Mojo Programming. What are structures? How to build structures in Mojo Programming. Mojo structures are a powerful feature of the Mojo programming language that allows developers to build high-level and safe abstractions on top of complex, low-level operations without any performance loss. This is because Mojo is based on multi-level intermediate representation and low-level virtual machine, which offers a cutting-edge compiler and code generation systems that's used in many programming languages. Here, let's construct structures in Mojo. To construct structures in Mojo, we use the struct keyword and followed by the object name. Mojo struct is similar to other object-oriented programming language like classes and objects. So we use the struct keyword to build Mojo structures. A struct in Mojo is similar to a Python class. If you are familiar with Python, it is completely similar to the Python class and everything is similar. They both support methods, fields, operator overloading, decorators for meta programming, and many more. Their basic differences are Python classes are dynamic. They allow for dynamic dispatches and dynamically binding instance properties at runtime because it is interpreting programming language. But Mojo structures are static because Mojo programming language is one of the static type programming language. It is a compiled programming language and everything is static. They are bound at compile time because it is one of the compiled programming language. You cannot add methods at runtime, like interpreting language like Python. Structures allow you to trade flexibility for performance while being safe and easy to use. They have fixed memory layouts because it is static programming language. And once you statically define variables, methods, and objects, so they have fixed memory layouts. You don't need to dynamically reserve memories in computer like Python, which makes them more efficient and easier to optimize. They can be used to directly access data fields, which improves performance and makes code more concise. So here we define fields inside this object. So this is a student object has attributes or fields that defines the student. For example, a student has first name, and we statically define the type of the student, and the student has last name. That is strongly recommended to statically define the type of the data or the fields, and we add, for example, an integer type, which is age. Now, so all fields can be defined inside the object, and every object has methods, fields, or any other decorators. So we need to define the constructors. So every object in object-oriented programming, every object has constructors that can construct or build instance of the object. But this has the features of Python, and Python doesn't support constructors, but it has a default method that is init method, which is called render, that used to construct a constructors. So we define the init method, which is similar to Python, and this init method can pass arguments such as cell. This is the keyword or the argument of the constructor. When you are instantiating objects, the object is automatically attached to the self keyword, and you can refer the object through these keywords. So this is a great feature of Python. And also you can define other methods such as the FNM, LNM, and edge as an argument to this constructor. When you are calling the object and creating instance of that object, automatically pass the arguments to the init method through the self keyword. So the object can be automatically provided the values to this self argument, and you can also define the other arguments to this linear and edge, which is int. Now you can, but here self-instructs must be passed as mutable references. If you are new to this, you can watch the previous tutorials about functions, arguments, and mutable and immutable features of arguments in Mojo function. So we should make it mutable to pass this object to other methods, and to pass the values to this argument self, which is the instance of the object. So we need to make it the mutable using in-out keyword. So you can watch previous tutorials about in-out, borrowed, and ownership of the function arguments. Now it is we can access, so because it is mutable right now, and it can be visible inside the method and outside of that method as well. And now I can modify that argument fname, and that I can assign fname and self dot name, and the other is self dot edge. Here is okay. All right. Now everything is fine. The next is define the function that's going to return the data of the fields defined in this object. So we need to define another function or method. And now we can access the self argument, which gets the values of the instance of the object. And because it is mutable, and we can access that everywhere in the class or object. Now I can print the name, which is self dot name, self dot name, and I can also edge, which is self dot edge. So when you are calling this method through the instance of the object's student through self keyword, so it's going to print out the data of the students. Okay, so now we need to call the object outside of the class. It is one of the behaviors of object-oriented programming. So we now, but here in Mojo programming, we need to define the main function, because every program in Mojo begins from the main function, because it is an entry point for program execution. It is similar to C++ or Java. So we need to define that main function, main. And now we can call the object student and create instance of the student object. That is let std and student constructor. Now I can pass value to the student constructor, because the constructor for student is constructed through the gender method in it. In other programming language, in other programming language of object-oriented concept, we need to use the same name to construct the object source student. But here it is a great feature of Python. We need to use render method like init to construct the constructor of the object. Now I need to pass, because this constructor has 3 arguments except the self argument. Self is the instance of the object, automatically provide the values pass through the object. Okay, now I can pass the first name and last name, and the third argument is age. All right, the next step is just calling the method through the object. Okay, the object is std and std.display. This method has no any arguments except self keyword, which is so. Now we can run this code and using Mojo for.mojo, and we can see the output. Yeah, the name is this one I have provided, and age is this one. So this is the way how you can construct structures in Mojo programming that is completely the concept of object-oriented. So it has static nature as well as it has the Python's programming to define the structure of the module. So Mojo structures can also be used to build a wide variety of abstractions such as data structures, such as linked lists, trees, graphs, and also object models such as GUI widgets, network packets, and database records. And Mojo structs also used to build APIs for interacting with hardware and software components. Mojo structs are a powerful tool that can help developers write high performance, efficient, and reliable codes. I hope this tutorial was useful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.